the X factor here, really the big difference is how Purple figures out a way to use one of those unique cards to really get the game done.
Yeah, we're going to find out what unique cards he's going to have right now. Game 1, Purple versus Kaldi.
Yeah, I think Kaldi's got to figure out a way to get aggressive. Purple's just queuing up Mech here straight away, and that looks like a Mech Mage to me. Anytime you have Mad Scientist, I mean, I don't think it's his Mech Hunter.
Yeah, it's an interesting deck coming on from Purple here. We don't know what Kaldi's playing just yet. I love the purple sweatshirt Purple's got going on here too. You got to stay in line here with the.
Mulligan's a 7-drop into a 7-drop. You actually saw him react to that too. Like, of course I draw the other.
It looks like
card.
It's Mech Mage here.
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously it's Mech Mage with the Archmage Antonidas in his hand. Kaldi, if he can find a way to fight against this early pressure, he's got a great chance to win this game. Something that Mech Mage doesn't do well is fight in the face of getting their cards answered 1 for 1.
So why do you think Purple's queuing up this deck against Kaldi?
I think he just wants to, have big threats that really force Kaldi to deal with him. If Kaldi doesn't find the right stretch of answers, this game could easily snowball out of control. I think that Mad Scientist is a nod that he likes to play heavier minions and not commit as much to the early game. But Mech Warper here, if this goes unchecked, like you don't see a quick shot here, it's going to be turn 2 Spider Tank, and he's going to start turning up the heat.
Yeah, it looks like it is actually going to go untested here. So turn 2 Spider Tank here from Purple, and he's going to get a free Clockwork Gnome if he wants it as well.
Oh my gosh, what
big reaction there.
What a draw to add. I mean, that's the best draw in his deck right now, was the other Clockwork Gnome. I guess Mech Warper would have been pretty good too, but it played a Mech Warper and then played the Spider Tank behind that.
And look at this, Kaldi already being on the defensive has to kill command this Spider Tank.
Yeah, I mean this is the weakness of Mech Mage. If your opponent can't answer everything 1 for 1, you can easily fall behind in the game.
Oh, Finicky Cloak Shield picked up. That could be a big deal here later in the game with Archmage Antonidas, and a great top deck here for Purple as well to stay on curve.
Yeah, Purple realizes that there's not going to be any favorable trades for quite a while for Kaldi, so this is where he needs to start turning on the heat. The way that his hand is constructed, he's got this emergency freezing or the emergency coolant, so he can freeze out this Pilot Shredder right now and keep applying pressure.
Great draw after great draw for Purple, getting to curve out.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot deny playing this one. This is such an important play. Actually misses a lot of these minions too, so going to trade in his Mech Warper at this point, see what comes out of that. Ancient Watcher is a dead card for Kaldi. That's effectively a 0.
Well, he could draw Ironbeak Owl. Yeah, I was going to say, he could draw Ironbeak Owl, and that's a pretty big look at the smile on Kaldi's face here.
This game just completely turned around. He's going to wipe out Purple's whole board. Yeah. Wow, I mean, the Ancient Watcher, this was a dead draw until he picked up that Ironbeak Owl. What a change of events.
This was game-breaking. This game just completely turned around. Went from a big favorite on Purple side to Kaldi being way ahead here.
Yeah, Purple going to have to start playing this game a little bit slower. The benefit he has is that Kaldi is running a little bit short on cards. He's still at 27.
That is a King Mukla in Kaldi's hand, by the way, kind of, giving homage to Purple, who was like one of the first people to show that card here.
This is, Misha is going to be pretty darn decent here, going to help fight off against some of these pings. He's not going to play Freezing Trap here either, so this Mad Scientist is going to be active in some way or another. Just going to clear it out right now, make sure he doesn't able to pick it out on his own, and now a lot of pressure on Purple to really get some stuff done. Every single threat so important. A 2-drop, I think, is exactly what he needed to draw this turn.
Yeah, that's a great top deck here from the Snow Chugger. Not just that, but if this goes uncontested and he starts to actually hitting Kaldi with it, it shuts off all of his weapons further in the game.
Yeah, so this looks to me like the turn where Kaldi's got some decisions in front of him right now. He's going to go with King Mukla first, and that is going to play directly into a mirror entity, so he has to give Purple a 5/5 to do something about it. But the Freezing Trap going to help shut this off.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get his own Freezing Trap out of his deck, I assume, here with the Mad Scientist, and then it's going to be able to take care of this King Mukla. It's going to have to go back to Purple's hand here.
Purple picks up Azure Drake, and what a draw that was in this situation. And his hand continues to be a little bit heavy, but honestly, that's a little bit of a blessing right now.
Yeah, I think he's thinking about, does he want to use a banana here just in case this isn't Freezing Trap, but it looks like he's actually going to just banana up his Azure Drake here to make it a 5/5, so this Pilot Shredder can't contest it.
Yeah, and Kaldi's hand with the second Freezing Trap is completely dead right now. So no way to take full advantage of this. Stranglethorn Tiger in his hand.
We are seeing some big minions here in this deck.
Yeah, some real pressure is being added to his board, but this is really the big turn for him. If this board goes completely clean in Purple's favor, Kaldi's board is, this is going to be unrecoverable here if something drastic happens. So going to trigger the Freezing Trap first. And now where does he want to go with this? The fact that he's got Archmage Antonidas with the Finicky Cloak
he could actually Archmage Antonidas. He doesn't even need to use the Finicky Cloak Shield. He could use his banana if he likes, get a Fireball off that, and then use it to pick off one of Kaldi's minions. But he might just use the Finicky Cloak Shield here to protect it and then get in some damage.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's, has some sort of a read. This last card in Kaldi's hand is not very good.
He also knows that both of the kill commands are gone.
Oh, you're right. Both kill commands are gone. Kaldi needs something like Quick Shot into Eaglehorn Bow. Doesn't draw it, and he can't deliver lethal damage this turn. I mean, the Freezing Trap can protect him from Archmage Antonidas, but, I mean, is this going to be enough to really fend off this? Because he has to trade into this King Mukla to prevent this from happening.
Purple actually has lethal through this Freezing Trap if Kaldi doesn't trade here because he has Fireball, Frostbolt, plus Hero Power.
Yeah, I mean, Kaldi has to trade
and
here.
a banana, too.
Yeah, so there's a 2
Kaldi
points.
has to trade here, yeah.
And then at this point, that's going to be open rain now for Purple to just use Fireballs to keep the board as clean as possible.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of Fireballs happening here over the next couple turns.
Drops down to 9, but again, just enough pressure, I think, to continue to fight through this game. There's the first Fireball. Again, he knows that both the kill commands are gone, so short of something like a Charge Minion or Quick Shot, he's just going to start launching Fireballs at his opponent's face. He's actually going to launch it at this Piloted Shredder too. Gets a 3-2 out of it, so 4 damage, 5-6 damage from Kaldi. Eaglehorn Bow could still end this game. Maybe there's a Wolf Rider, maybe there's an Arcane Golem, but Purple's looking at 15 next turn with 2 Fireballs and a Frostbolt. Gladezuka's 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
That's enough. Kaldi squeezes out every single point, and that's going to be the difference in this game. He's going to take a 1-0 lead here over Purple.
Yeah, and getting a win with Hunter, something that he needed desperately.
I mean, what a tight game this was. It came down to the very last draw from Kaldi. Had to pick up 3 points of damage or he was going to lose this game. And you even saw Purple react to it. He kind of rolled his eyes and reeled his head back a little bit like, wow, you really picked up 3 points of damage. And that's the difference that every single point makes in this situation. Kaldi had exact lethal with that draw.
Yeah, I love Kaldi's queue up here with this Hunter deck with these minions in it because it plays around stuff like Eviscerate and Swipe, 2 of the decks and 2 of the cards that Purple's are bringing a lot here in HPL, so it gets around a lot of the removal that Purple could have had going into this game.
Stranglethorn Tiger is a 5-drop that cannot be sapped, and King Mukla fights very well against something like Eviscerate. A lot of times they'll have to take 5 damage if they want to take care of that minion. What did you guys think of that game, though? You can head over to pvplive.net and check out the full recap for yourself. The full stats breakdowns, how they played their strategies, exactly how Kaldi was able to squeeze in exactly enough damage with that very last draw. So right now they're making changes to their decks. That's the HBO format. They can change whatever they want at any time and then play that deck. And when we come back, game number 2 is going to be getting underway, but Kaldi finds himself in a 1-0 lead. Don't go anywhere, guys. You're watching Hearthstone on PvP Live.